Hello everyone, today I will talk about the movie Jawbreaker. Three of the most popular girls at Reagan High accidentally kill the prom queen with a jawbreaker when a kidnapping goes horribly wrong.
Oh my god.
Courtney, Marcy, Liz, and Julie. These four high school girls are the most popular girls in school. And this girl's name is Fern. She is an outcast, and almost everyone at school bullies her. But one day, Liz helped the girl pick up her notebooks from the floor. Liz and Julie were best friends and were kind, unlike Courtney. One day, Liz is attacked right in her bedroom. The kidnappers put a large lollipop in her mouth and seal her mouth with tape, after which they put the girl in the trunk of the car and drive away. The kidnappers take off their masks. It turns out they were the girl's friends who decided to play a prank on their friend. Courtney praises herself for coming up with such a cool prank. The girls drive up to a local cafe and open the trunk.
Oh my god. What happened to her?
Liz is dead. The girls swallowed the candy and choked. The girls begin to panic, but Courtney calms them down and says that there is no point in crying because it will not help them bring their friend back to life. Julie suggests calling the police and telling them everything. But Courtney says that if they do this, they will go to jail. Courtney asks her friends to calm down and go to school. They should pretend that nothing happened and behave as usual. But first, Courtney calls the school and pretends to be Liz's mother. She says that Liz is sick and will not be able to come to school. The girls come to school and pretend that nothing happened. The school principal asks Courtney to give Liz homework. But after class, Courtney learns that Fern will take homework for Liz. Courtney tells her friends that they should rush to Liz's house and put her body on the bed. Courtney came up with a plan. They have to return the girl's body to the bed and make the police think that the girl was killed by the guy. Courtney rips her friend's clothes. Julia again offers to tell the police everything, but Courtney tells her to shut up. At this time, Fern enters the house. She approaches the room and hears the girls talking. Julia is not going to obey Courtney. She wants to tell the police everything. Courtney opens the door and is greeted by Fern. The girl notices Liz's body and screams in fear. Courtney calms the girl down. She reminds Fern that she is an outcast at school and no one wants to be her friend. Courtney offers to become one of them and start life anew. Courtney's manipulation works perfectly, and the girl agrees not to tell anyone about what she saw. The next day, the girl's parents find her murdered in her bedroom. The police begin an investigation. Courtney helps her new friend become a beauty and gives her a new name. Now her name is Violet. Julia approaches Courtney and says that today she will tell the police everything. But Courtney threatens her and says that if she does this, the three of them will accuse her of murder. Over lunch, Courtney explains the bullshit rules to her new friend. For example, they cannot eat in front of other people because it destroys their status. But Violet is ready to endure anything to be popular. Courtney gives Violet some lessons and shows how to communicate with guys. After class, Julie meets a guy named Zach. He drives up to her and offers her a ride. Julie leaves him her phone number in the hope that he will call her. Julie looks through her old photos and remembers that as children, she and Violet were friends. She decides to call her and chat about the past. Violet is happy to receive the call, but soon Courtney calls her and she ends the call with Julie. That evening, Courtney has fun with a new guy, but they are interrupted by the police. The detective begins interviewing the girls, but none of them says anything. During interrogation, Courtney behaves very selfishly and says that she feels sorry for her friend, but she doesn't want to worry about it. The school announces the death of a student. Julie feels bad about what happened. Meanwhile, Violet comes to school and becomes popular. Everyone thinks that Violet is a new student. The girls want to be friends with her and ask for different advice. Courtney says that Violet should find herself a boyfriend and suggests joining a theater group. Julie approaches them and greets Fran, but the girl asks her to call her that because now her name is Violet. Julie comes to the theater and meets Zach there. He tells her that he likes her, but if she had not stopped communicating with Courtney, he would never have approached her. In the evening, they go on a date and kiss. The next day, the detective decides to interview Violet. The girl says that Liz was the only person in school who was kind to her. She was a hero to her. Violet realizes she's told too much. She says that she and Liz were never friends and she knows nothing about her death. At night, Violet has a nightmare because she deceived the detective. The next day, Courtney decides to protect herself and tells the detective that Liz very often went to the bar and brought guys home. She says that maybe one of the guys killed her. Violet comes to school. She starts acting like a queen. She takes Julie's place from her, recruits her classmates into her gang, and comes to the theater club to steal Julie's boyfriend. But Zach refuses her. But the girl is not upset because she immediately finds another guy. She asks him to lend her a car, and the next day she drives a cool red car to school. This makes Courtney very angry because Violet is taking all the attention. She takes Violet to the toilet and reminds her that Violet was created by her. But Violet says that now she is the coolest girl in school, and if Courtney bothers her, she will tell the police about what happened to Liz. Courtney really doesn't like her words and decides to show her who's boss. Meanwhile, Julie tells Zach what really happened to Liz. She feels guilty, although she understands that it was Courtney who killed Liz. Zach says she has to tell the police everything. Julie meets with a detective and tries to tell him everything, but the detective says that they have already detained the man responsible for the murder. Julia realizes that Courtney framed an innocent man to save herself. Julie decides that Courtney should be publicly punished. The next day, Courtney posts an old photo of Violet all over the school, and everyone finds out that she is not who she says she is. Violet becomes a loser again, and only Julie hugs her and tells her that she shouldn't blame herself for giving in to temptation. Violet understands that it is better to be a good person, not a popular girl. Julie and Zach take the girl home and come up with a plan to expose Courtney. Julie finds a postcard that records people's voices, and on this postcard there is a recording of Courtney confessing to the murder. Julie and Zach arrive at the ball. Courtney and her boyfriend become king and queen of the prom. But Zach sneaks backstage and ruins Courtney's performance. It includes enrollment for the entire school. After hearing the truth, all the students begin to condemn Courtney, and even her boyfriend leaves her. Justice catches up with the juvenile delinquent, and everyone finds out who she really is.